Yes, ma'am. I'm a park ranger with the Army Corps of Engineers. There's a guy filming our federal facility.
I'm standing up for my rights, so I'm argumentative.
All right.
Try not to burn up.
Can I ask what you're doing?
Just taking some pictures
Of
of your building.
for?
Rather not say.
Well, we are a federal facility. That's why I'm asking.
Correct.
So I kind of need to know.
Well, I don't want to answer any questions. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you this.
I'm not a police officer. I'm not going to arrest you.
Yeah.
I just want to know.
I'll just say this.
Reasons.
Possibly publication.
Don't tell me anything.
Well, I'll just leave it at that.
Okay, but I'm going to ask you to stop.
I'm on a public right of way.
Well, you're not. This is Corps of Engineer property.
This is a public street, is it not?
This is not. We own this street.
Okay.
Grapevine manages it for us.
Okay, so it's a public street.
This is government
There's
property.
no private property sign up there.
We don't have to have private property. Do you have private property on your sign? On your
I don't have a sign. So there's a restaurant down there. How do you expect people to get to it? So it's a public street. Okay.
No, it's not.
So therefore, this is a public easement.
No, it's not.
Okay. You can call the police out here and they'll tell you that. I pulled property lines before I come
I'll
out.
call the police right now.
Go ahead.
I just came out here asking questions.
Okay. But you're asking me to do something I know that I'm lawfully allowed to do.
You're not on government. You're on government property. That's
I'm on
what
a public
trying to-
easement.
You are not. It's
see
not
that-
a public easement.
You see that fire hydrant right there?
I see that. That doesn't mean anything.
Okay.
You're not on a public easement.
I'm on a public easement.
No, sir.
There's a golf course back there. People have to have public access to that.
There sure is.
There's a restaurant. People have to have public access
sure
to that. So
But
public accessible.
you don't have access.
There's no period. There's no but. Period. It's publicly accessible. Period.
I don't know why you're getting all worked up.
Because you're trying to force me to stop doing something that I know that I can do.
Okay.
And police are going to come out here and they're going to tell you there's nothing they can do about it.
You understand why this is a security issue, right? This is a government facility.
You understand I'm gathering, footage for a publication?
I do not understand. You're
I
not
told you
telling me
that.
anything.
I told you that.
A government publication doesn't mean anything.
Okay, it's press.
Yes, ma'am. I'm a park ranger with the Army Corps of Engineers. There's a guy filming our federal facility.
I'm standing up for my rights, so I'm argumentative.
He says it's for a publication. That's all the information he's giving me. He's arguing with me saying he's on a right of way, but he's actually on government property. Sir, can you stop till we get this figured out?
I'm not going to stop recording. It's a constitutionally protected activity, sir. No ill intent.
Yeah, he says there's no ill intent, but he won't tell me what he's doing. Other than film it for a publication. That won't tell me. Government property is government property.
However,
It's non-proprietary. It's Corps of Engineer property. It's not the FAA property.
however, I don't believe that that's 100% accurate because you can fly over the federal building downtown and
You need to talk to your congressman about that, though.
we've met before.
Yes, sir, we have.
Hello.
How you doing today?
Just gathering some footage. This time's for a story, for a real story publication. That's it. Officer Hintz has met me before.
Good yourself. I was just trying to explain to him, federal facility. It's a security issue. And he's just started kind of explaining to me what he's doing.
So, yeah.
If you're gonna film, you're kind of right. I can't tell you no.
I can't tell you no.
But I can make you get a permit to film.
How so?
You walk right in that office over there.
Okay.
Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30.
I respectfully disagree with that. Freedom of the press, they don't need a requirement or a permit to film. The news can come right here and point it and you can't do a thing about it. Officer Hintz knows I'm telling the truth here.
That's not true. Not on Corps of Engineer property. That's not true.
I'm on a public easement.
This is you are on government property.
Officer Hintz, do you want to speak? We're just interrupting you.
I don't know if this is Corps property or not.
It is. The City of Grapevine manages this road, but it belongs to.
So there's no sidewalk, so I have a right to walk on the easement.
Again, if he's on your property over there, but being out here,
This is our property.
I'd actually, let's be honest, just be honest, I mean, I'm kind of like thinking this is open air public land for public, but
Officer Hintz, I will tell you the GIS survey, your CAD system or whatever you use to do your mapping shows that this is a public street, so there is a public easement
it is
here.
owned by the Corps.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. This is a different area here because this is, I don't know if this is considered part of the dam area.
Mm-hmm.
They control all this.
Right.
I mean, yeah, we enforce the laws on the roadway, but as far as this property itself, this may fall under his jurisdiction. I'm not 100% on that.
So if I walk on the pavement on the left, on this side of this white line, are you going to issue me a citation for walking in the roadway? Okay.
It's a shoulder.
So I can move to right there and film, and if that makes you happy.
It's still my property. I don't want you filming without a permit.
Okay.
That's the thing.
Okay. The media.
Being federal, I don't know, he may be speaking the truth since it's federal property. You know, you're on the city property, that's a different thing. But when it comes to the feds,
About
above my
filming?
pay grade.
About filming?
Yeah,
Okay.
above my pay
I will
grade.
tell you, I've gone on the federal courthouse properties, all of those. The Federal Protective Service comes out and says, you know, you're fine, just don't go in the building. You know, they can't do anything about it. It's a First Amendment protected activity. And this is a publicly, I mean, even though they own it, they've granted public access because there's a restaurant down there, a hotel down there.
That's not the point. The point is you're filming a federal facility
Okay.
without a permit.
Which I do all the time, and
That don't mean it's right.
and the feds come out, Federal Protective Service comes out. There's no law being broken.
We're a little bit different. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers
Okay.
is part of the Department of Defense.
I understand
We're
that.
a non-proprietary government entity.
Okay.
We own this land. We say what goes on. It's not like, just for instance, if you go to National Park, that's owned by the Department of Interior, but it's managed by the. Hold on, I might have that back. It's managed by a different entity than it's owned by.
Okay.
We own this and we manage it.
Yep.
We make the rules.
I'm listening.
You're not going to film unless you have a permit.
Okay. The Supreme Court says otherwise.
I'm not talking to the Supreme Court.
Okay. As long as I can see it from a public right of way, I'm allowed to film it. It's been covered several times.
I believe you. This is Kenneth Myers. He's the lake manager here.
Hey, Ken. I think I just got bit by an ant.
So how's it going?
Good. How are you doing?
Pretty good.
So what I'm doing, I'll tell you, I'm standing on the public right of way. I'm taking videos and pictures for a publication that I'm doing. Filming anything I can see from a public right of way is covered by the Supreme Court under the First Amendment as a freedom of the press. You can't trespass my eyes if I'm on a public right of way. Okay?
But we do have a protocol where if you want to come film, interview, or do anything like that, there's a certain way that we would appreciate you doing.
Mm-hmm.
It's more appropriate through our public affairs office. They probably wouldn't even have a problem with you doing it if you go through the proper channels and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If you don't go through the proper channels, kind of brings other possible issues up security-wise.
Okay.
So, our security office in the district, we've been advised to essentially approach, challenge, ask what your reasoning is
Yep.
for, and all that kind of stuff.
As far as getting permits and all that, I'm sure, 100% sure that those apply to going on your property, filming in the office and all that. I don't want to go through all that. I just want to continue filming from a public right of way. That's it.
Well, what do you mean by public right of way?
Public easement here, public street, accessible to the public. Since I can't legally walk on the street, I've got to have an area to walk and egress, so I have to walk here. The officer doesn't want me walking on the shoulder.
It's a safety issue.
Otherwise, it'll be an ambulance out here.
So do you have anything against going through the proper channels to do what you're wanting to do? Or do you just want to?
I'll be honest with you.
Okay.
The purpose of this is, in addition to getting the information for the story that I'm working on, is that this is what we call a First Amendment audit. First Amendment guarantees the right of the people and the right of the press to film and obtain information, footage, what have you, to broadcast to public for educational purposes, et cetera, et cetera. Permits aren't required to do that. If WFAA were to roll up,
I never said anything about a permit either.
well, I mean, you want me to go get authorization and all that.
I just want you to, well, somewhat, not necessarily authorization, but
Yeah.
we like to know who's out.
Sure,
what-
yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing today?
All right.
Good.
I don't mind you taking photographs. That's your right. As long as you're on the public streets, that's no problem. I'm gonna ask you not to take any photos at the front of the building.
With what? I went to Walmart, bought a camera.
You don't want to
Well, I don't want you to shoot your wife.
What's that have?
Well, you're making directives about something I didn't even do. Don't tie your shoelaces together. Don't smoke crack. I mean, do you need anything else? Do you need any other directives? I mean, I understand that. I haven't been on their property. No, I'm not. This is public property. The people own this. It says public parking right there. And this is a public street. I already checked this out with GIS survey. Am I being detained, sir?
Why don't you go?
Why don't you go? What's your name, sir? Nope, I just want your plate number so I can talk to Mr. Reed. 5991. Huh?
He's on vacation right now.
I'll find out. He's over my house twice a week.
Okay. You have any ID?
Do you have ID, sir?
Yes.
What's your name?
Right there.
Is that what you tell the judge, sir?
What's your issue anyway?
I don't have an issue. I'm just asking you what your name is before I don't know. Are you? Okay. And what's your badge number, sir, or employee?
I have badge number.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
Yes, you do. What's your employee ID number?
1451.
That's correct. That's what I thought. How can I help you?
They just don't want you to take a picture of the building.
Too bad. It's a public building. The people own it. The people built it.
Right, but for security purposes, they don't want...
It doesn't matter. I'm on public property. I have a right to film it.
Why don't you go ahead and leave right now?
Why don't you turn around and take off too? I mean, if you're going to issue directives, why can't I?
Well, because you don't have any authority to issue directives.
Neither do you. I'm not doing anything wrong and I'm not breaking the law. You have no authority over me.
Suspicious, are you?
Is that a misdemeanor or a felony, sir?
It could be a misdemeanor.
No, it can't. Suspicion is not a crime.
If I tell you to leave the property, leave the area.
I'm not, no, you can't tell me to leave public space. You can tell me to leave their property if I'm on it, but that says public parking.
Okay,
Public. That's for the public.
Are you parking? No.
Do you know that I haven't parked over there? Do you know that my car's not sitting over there in this parking lot?
I don't know why you'd be here anyway. It's just kind of weird.
Oh, okay, is that a crime?
Acting odd is not a crime, but
Correct.
the way you act is kind of bizarre.
Are you ILEA certified?
Yes, I went to the academy.
Is he ILEA certified? He wouldn't answer.
I don't know.
Are you ILEA certified, sir?
No, I'm not.
Okay, so you're not an officer.
Yes, I'm a special deputy.
Okay, so you
JP4.
so you don't really have any authority out on the street. Out on the street.
Yeah.
Out in the public easement. No, you don't.
On this property, yes, I do.
I wasn't on the property.
On this property, yes, I do. There's my badge, there's my identification, and there's my ID. Now, I've asked you not to. I said you can film across the street. I said I don't have no problem with it. I said do not come to the front of the building because we have juveniles that are...
Sir, good.
Sergeant Isley, County Police.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Yeah, what are we doing today?
Taking pictures.
Okay, you can take pictures.
That's correct. Well, tell this gentleman that because
Well,
he's saying I
you
can't.
really be here on their property.
I'm not on their property. I'm on public property.
Okay. Are you?
Not only that, but right there it says public parking. I can go in that parking lot, right?
Okay, it's public.
I mean, I asked these guys, how do they?
Out here, you're in a street.
Well, that's because so I can be right here.
Well, it's a yellow curb as part of the street.
So I can be right here.
No, not really.
Well, so you can't tell me to not be in the road. There has to be an easement.
Well, the roadway's dangerous. You're obstructing traffic.
Am I not lit up bright enough?
Do you want to go?
Am I not bright enough here? I mean, don't you think people can see me here? I'm in bright.
Well, it's still, they have to slow down and change their direction of travel.
Okay.
Why don't we go to the public parking lot and stand there and talk?
Technically, that's not public parking.
Okay.
It says public.
Okay.
It says public parking.
I have maintenance take it down.
It says public parking.
That's
It says public, but it says public.
Okay, I understand that. That doesn't mean that it is. Can we go over to this parking lot and talk?
Sure.
Okay. Come with me. I'll stop traffic for you. Right this way. People have to stop, so you can't be in the street.
Well, I'm following you. I wasn't in the street. I was following you.
You wanted to go to the parking lot. See that yellow striped area that's not a parking area? Let's go stand over there.
That looks like private property.
Well, they told me that this was actually public property over here. Okay? So you want to stand here?
I'm good right here.
Okay, well, I don't want you in the street. So you're safe up on the grass, okay? I don't want you to fall. I want you to scoot over in the grass for me.
You keep issuing directives, and I think I've been walking.
It's for your safety.
But you're not in charge of my safety. I am.
Well, if somebody hits you, then I got to do it.
You're not in charge of my safety.
Did you have any purpose to be out here?
Yes.
What's that?
Officer accountability, building accountability.
Okay.
It's a First Amendment audit,
Okay.
and I'm just taking pictures of the building.
Okay.
You know, if they want to make an issue of it, I'll take pictures of every plate and every person that walks in and out of here.
That's okay. People, you can take their picture. I don't have a problem with that.
They have a problem with it.
Well, you're in a property of a detention facility.
I'm not in the property.
Okay.
I'm on
you
a
are
public street.
technically over here, you're okay. I think over there, you're in there. There's cameras. That's a detention facility.
Right, but they have layers of security. I'm making sure inmates aren't rappelling off the structure.
Okay.
I'm making sure that these guys respect and honor their oath.
I understand. I'm here.
Okay.
You have First Amendment right to take pictures of anything you want.
And that guy threatened me.
Okay, well, that's between you and him.
No, that's between you and him.
That's not between me and him. I didn't hear him threaten you. Okay?
I can bring it up. It's all being live streamed.
Okay.
Would you like to see it?
No, that's okay.
So you don't want to talk to him about making threats?
I'll talk to him in a minute. I just want to make sure you're okay. I want you to stay here, okay? And I'm going to go talk to him. Can we do that? I'm going to separate the two parties in this dispute, apparently, and I'm going to go talk to this guy for a second.
Okay. I'll maintain distance here.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Sarge.
And your name is?
I'm a correspondent with Indiana News and Information.
Okay. Okay. Do you have a name?
Yes, sir.
I'm asking you to identify yourself because you're here, and we've obviously have a controversy. They're going to leave you alone. I'm going to depart here.
You're going to ask me to identify myself.
Yeah. Name, date of birth. That's all I need.
No, sir.
Okay. You're refusing to identify yourself. You're in front of a detention facility.
Hold on. Before we get going, would that be code 34285 3.5?
What's that?
Would that be this municipal code 34285 3.5?
Okay.
That'd be failure to ID. What crime have I committed?
I'm just trying to find out your name.
Yeah. But what crime have I committed?
I don't know that you're not a dangerous
It's only in the case of an infraction or an ordinance violation.
I'll tell you what. You want to take your pictures, you go ahead.
Right.
Stay off of their property.
Yes, sir.
That's not public property. That is a public facility, but it is a detention facility.
Right, I understand that. I understand that.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
good.
That's why I was never on. That's why I was never on the property.
All right. Thank you very much.
So what did they say about this? I can be in the grass or the walkway.
Yep. That they tell me that is where the public parks when they come to their facility.
Right.
That, though it says public parking, is where their employees park. That is where juveniles are brought in.
Correct.
Okay. Now you can't film juveniles going into the facility. Then that's between you and the juvenile you film. So,
you can, because they have no expectation of privacy in public. You already know that.
Sees his picture on YouTube, that might be a question, but him and you can resolve in civil court or whatever. Okay.
Well, there's nothing to it because you have no expectation of privacy in public.
That's up to civil court. All right. As long as you're not out here where you're going to get hurt and you're not going to hurt anybody.
Correct. I have no ill will or ill intent.
I don't know that.
Well, I'm telling you that I'm innocent until proven guilty.
People lie to me all the time.
Well, I can't help what other people do. I'm not.
You may be lying to me.
I'm not. I'm telling you I'm not.
How do I know that? I'm not.
Because right. Okay. But so you're saying that you're going to treat me as though I am lying? I mean, how dare you? I thought you were servant to the. I thought you were servant to the public.
None of what I hear and half of what I say.
I thought you were servant to the public.
I am.
Okay, so we're all terrible.
Do you just want to sit here and have?
No, I just can't believe you're calling me a liar, a thief, a cheat, a murderer.
I don't know you.
Right. I don't know you either. Do you have any internal affairs investigations?
I don't know. You'll have to ask internal affairs.
Do you have anything pending?
Not that I know of.
So is that Mr. Stone or Mr. Gladia? Which one do I ask?
That would be Captain John Zagelmeyer.
You want me to speak to Mr. Zagelmeyer?
You may, if you like.
I've spoken with him before. He knows who I am.
Okay. You're welcome to call him then if you know who he is. I'm okay.
Oh, yes.
I have nothing to hide.
I have his card.
My life's an open book. All right? I'll be right back. I'm going to talk
Thank you, sir.